Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We are the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show, and we are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube and on our channel. We absolutely love discussing all things love, life, relationships, a little bit of pop culture as well from both the millennial perspective, myself, Sammie Nicole, and the Gen X perspective, my oh so beautiful mother. All right, so we coming live tonight, y'all. Let me say, first things first, everything we're gonna be saying tonight is allegedly. Even our names are allegedly. All right. Secondly, we don't know these people. Okay, we just having a good time. He can. We have opinions, like you got opinions. And with that being said, why are y'all cutting up on these YouTube streets? What is going on in these YouTube streets, baby? The block is hot. They say the young folk know how to cut up, baby. Baby, what is going on in these YouTube streets? Hey, Keisha. Hey, Shayna. Hey, girl. Hey, call me darling. It's just what is going on in these YouTube streets. That's the first thing that I want to talk about. And then, of course, we want to talk about Shirley Strawberry making her court debut for this Ernest Williams case. She looked great. Of course, we told y'all she always looks good. Even when Shirley Strawberry is dressed casual, she looks good. Hey, Nesto Shaka Shuffle Waka Shame. How you doing? Um, she looks great. She's a beautiful woman. She's fly. I think we all know that. Nobody is going to refute that. But we got to talk about what is going on in these YouTube streets. The tit for tat, the drama, the drama. Now I have been in the bushes, keeping up with what's going on for the most part. FeeFee has been a little bit much on it than me because I've been a little bit busy working on some stuff. But I've been keeping my ears to the street, so I got the cliff notes, and it's just a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. I don't know if the Lord is pleased with us. The way folks is cutting up. A lot of people say they Bible lady Christian. They cutting up. People who said they Christian and they don't curse, they cursing on their lives. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Hey, Dion Salt Bay, y'all let me know. Let me know. Okay, it's people who saying they Christian and they reprimanding other people for cursing and they cursing on their live, calling people out their name. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of ungodly stuff going on, y'all, and I just don't get it. Let me see. Next to Shaka Shuffle Walk of Shame, the Gerald edition of the Wild Wild West. It is. What is going on? Next to Shaka Shuffle Walk of Shame. This lady saying she a Christian and she don't cuss. She on her live cussing. She 38 hot, calling people heifers. It's a lot, y'all. It is a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Let me see. Shauna said, Shirley said it's all chicken scratch. It's gotta be. Shirley said it's not my life. It's not my life. Okay? It's not my life. Now I understand why Shirley had her security guard. Because she don't want to be bothered with the foolishness. Shirley don't want nobody running up on her with this drama. Shirley said, keep it away from me. Keep it away from me. I already dealt with one little ghetto fool with Nesto. Keep the drama away from me. Y'all, what is going on? This week has been on fire. Since Monday, it's been jumping. I mean, every day, every hour is something new going on pertaining to Ernesto. Y'all, we getting more drama with the YouTube people than we are from Nesto and Shirley. The tea is more piping hot with us than it is with Ernesto and Shirley. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lord. Let me see what else y'all saying. The link is in the chat if anybody want to come up and talk about it. Yes, it's crazy. It's a mess out here. It's a mess. It's a mess. I'm gonna need to have several seats Okay, it's a lot. Thank you so much, Cross Country Cruiser. She just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much.
So sweet.
We appreciate you. Cross Country Cruiser, she be going in everybody chat and blessing them. So may it be returned to you. Yes, you have a giving spirit.
I know you have an overflow coming in.
Yes.
Because you are such a blessing.
Girl, we be seeing you blessing everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Hey, Shirley, how you doing? Hey, Toya, what's up? Girl, Rasha, girl, the girls is fighting, girl. Rasha said, what I miss? Everything, girl. The Christians is cussing people out, calling them out their names.
You got old men and old ladies
mess. Old men playing games. You know what? We got old men, Rasha, who are pitting women against each other intentionally. We have old men who are being manipulative and playing games when, to my opinion, when they feel like they don't get what they want from fed women. Yes, I said it. We have old men who are playing, I'll say it again. We have old men that are playing games out here in YouTube when they don't get their way with women, who are being passive aggressive and petty. That's what's going on here. They being real petty and messy out here. Okay? And then had a nerve to talk about professionalism. Girl, professionalism where? Toya, girl, off the chain, playing games, pitting women against each other. This is why we can't get ahead, because of this mess right here. This is why we can't get ahead, being messy. Yes, pop. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. We supposed to be focusing on Ernest, Shirley, every now and then, little mama with the white tee and the short shorts. And we can't even focus on that because people keeping up mess. Yes, it starts with a D. Pitting women against each other and fueling the fire. Just fueling the fire for their own entertainment. So we just gotta stay woke, y'all. Dion Saltbay said he wanted her and she thought it wasn't serious. Yeah. I feel like y'all know when a man is interested in you and you don't want to give him no play, and he can start acting funny with you and messy with you. That's what I think it really boils down to, because he got told no. You won't be able to experience this wet, and I think he's being messy as a result of it. He got told, no, you can't experience this wet. No, N-O. And he's being messy and he's playing both sides because he got rejected. That's what I think. And I think that's unfortunate. And I think that it's inappropriate. And I think it's unnecessary. Okay? Find you somebody else. And that's just my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts. You playing puppet master and being messy. Okay? Being passive aggressive and throwing shade and going into other people's chat. It's messy. It's messy and it's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. Okay? Lady Janice said, and focusing on Hoover tight suit, can't even do that. We can't even focus on that because we focus more so on the content creator. Toya said they all too old for this. Okay? We can't even focus on Hoover with the two tight suit and the black diamond studs in his ear. We can't even focus on that. I want to focus on Hoover and the tight suit and the little mini black diamond studs. That's what I want to focus on. And I'm irritated that the attention is off of that and it's on this mess, this high school mess. Okay? Let's talk about Hoover and the tight suit and the mini black diamond studs in his ear. What do we think about that? You know what I mean? Let's talk about the case. Oh, Lord. Let's talk about stuff like that. What did y'all think? Now I've been in these YouTube streets. Shout outs to Black but Not Bitter. She gave a great synopsis. And what did y'all think about the suit? What did y'all think about it? What did y'all think about it? I didn't know he had a little diamond studs in his ear. I was like, okay, it's got a little flash, but you still being conservative in the courtroom. I'm not mad at that. Okay. Shirley looked amazing per usual. Let me see when that's so Shaka Shuffle Walk of Shame is saying. But that's the kind of stuff I want us to talk about. Let's talk about what happened in the courtroom. Let's analyze and psychoanalyze and critique that. That's the stuff that matters. All right. Let me see. Child, this discord isn't necessarily coming from the Nestle sector. It's coming from the R. Kelly sector. All of them are liars and lovers. And when they get upset with each other, they get online and talk. All right. All right. She said about the pillow talks they've had. Ooh, child. Yes, Jet Black Straight. The black stud. Let's talk about the black stud earrings. Okay. Not in court with the little mini black stud earrings. Okay. Oh, okay. And that's how you do. Okay. Okay. I'm all for being professional and still, showing your style. I'm all for that. I was like, okay, look at him. Okay. He was giving us fashion. So I was like, okay. Okay. He's down with it. Okay, let me see. Dion Saltbay said it's sad when the younger ones are saying our group is messy. It is. I mean, these people are old enough to be my parents, my grandparents, and I'm disappointed. As a younger person looking at the elders, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And you wonder why the young folk of today, these YNs and these young ladies who fast tail, all they want to do is turn their little butts in the camera and shaking on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, act the way they do. Because you got to look at the elders. Look at the people who came before them, how they behave. I mean, we got elders turning their butt around in the camera and shaking it and bending over. So what do you think the younger generation is going to do? We out of order. What did Iyanla Van Zandt say? We out of order. We out of order. Yeah. And I'm coming to call it out.
Yep,
we are out of order.
We out of order.
We out of order.
We out of order.
We out of order. All right, out of the mouth of babes. We out of order. Now we got stuff going on in DC with martial law, with 47 people losing their jobs, Medicaid, Medicare at risk, and this is what we doing on this YouTube? No, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. We out of order. We out of order. If you a court blogger or reporter, report the news, give a little cute little commentary and leave it alone. Give a little cute little commentary, report on it, and leave it alone. We don't need this extra stuff. We out of order. All right, let's get back. Let's see what y'all saying about Hoover. Lady Janice 21 said somebody said Hoover pants were jogging pants. I cannot. Baby, I can tell by the black mini studs, baby. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, Lady Janice. When I see him in there with them mini black stud earrings, I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
ATL,
ATL, baby.
ATL.
ATL, baby. He out here. He out here. I wouldn't be surprised if I see him at Whiskey Missions one night. Okay? He out here.
He out here.
He out here. That's just the vibes it's giving, y'all. If you in Atlanta, you know what I mean. Queen Black said the suit is still too tight and not sewn properly. Okay? Okay, I had just got used to the tight suit. I said, not the little mini black studs. I'm stuck on that. Call Me Darling said, I didn't even notice his suit, to be honest. I haven't gotten caught up on what Hoover wears and look like. We got a good little look at him now. Before Manny decided to be petty and take the video down, which is her prerogative, but we got a good little look. He turned his head and looked into the camera. Yep. Let me see. Toya said Hoover swear he fine and dude. He think he cute, Toya. What you talking about, baby? Hoover think he cute. Okay, don't play with that man. I knew about a mini black stud earrings, baby. Okay, he definitely think he's cute. I said, look at him. Let me see. Dion said, okay, thank you. The R. Kelly are not us. All right. I said, look at him showing up to court like that. Only in Atlanta. Lady Janice said, we can't focus on Shirley Strawberry $1 million. Look, right. We can't even focus on that. What did y'all think about her outfit? I thought that she looked like a rich black woman. I think Shirley Strawberry looked very classy, very well put together. Let's talk about the stuff that really matters. Let's talk about Shirley. She looked
Simply
great.
gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
I love the y'all. Remember I told y'all she got a mean 27 quick weave, short haircut. I think Panay still do her hair. Shout out to Panay out there in Roswell. It looked very cute. It looked like she took out the gray highlights because when we saw her a few months back, she had gray accent highlights. And if you're in our members, you would have seen the picture of it. But when we saw Shirley Strawberry outside of Marshall's, this was a few months back. We saw Shirley Strawberry.
And her bang was a little bit longer.
Her bang was a little bit longer. We saw Shirley Strawberry and Debbie. Debbie was looking like she wanted to do something, like she wanted to jump, but we kept it classy. But no, in all seriousness, she looked good then. Y'all remember she had on that green sweatsuit, she had on her shades, she had a little bit of the gray highlight in her hair when we saw her in person, y'all. Again, that picture is in our members, in the video as well. So I thought she looked great. I thought she looked like money. She looked well put together. To me, she came off, though nervous, she definitely came off confident and she came focused. To me, I felt like Shirley she was coming in there like, I'm ready to face this and I'm ready to do what I need to do so I can be done with this. And I'm really happy that she had people in there to support her. I know some people said Sheraton was there. Some people say she wasn't. We definitely know the lady with the funny eyebrows, aka Mississippi Monica, was there. Shout out to Mississippi Monica. And she had her security guard. And so I was happy that, she had her support group with her. And I'm sure she probably consulted with her attorney before going to court. For sure, to help prep her. And I love the red lipstick. And we'll see, y'all. Now, Mama, you said you think this is not going to be the last time she shows up to court.
No.
And I know a lot of people said Shirley's not going to testify. I don't know if she is, and this, that, and the third. But I don't think this is going to be the last we see of Shirley.
I hate it for her. I hate for her to have to keep going down there on this bullshit. And she do too. She hate that she got to go down there too. But unfortunately, she probably will have to go back down there.
Yeah, but she looked strong. She looked, like she was ready to face whatever was coming.
It's the cynical smiles and smirk she was giving Hoover. She was giving him like, like, really, asshole. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but that's his job. His job is to be an asshole. His job is to ask rhetorical questions, try to trip her up, phrase questions in a way that can be confusing or can misconstrue things and try to, make her look bad. That's his job, but I definitely feel like from the footage that we were able to see, I think that she held her composure well. And I think one thing I do like about women like Shirley, and I like this about you too, Mom, I like how you can be going through hell, but you still don't look like what you're going through.
Ooh, all the women who go through
and that is one of the things that I can say that I really admire about Shirley.
I went through hell,
and you as well. That's one thing I admire about Shirley and my mother. She's gone through hell and back with this Ernesto stuff. It's very ghetto. It's very tacky. It's very Igorish.
And the embarrassment, the embarrassment that I went through and the humiliation.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And that's why I feel for her to have to go up on that stand, because I've been there before. I sat there and being interrogated and questioned about a man that I thought that loved me and cared for me
Hey,
and
everybody in
protected
the
me
chat.
and would provide for me. So I know the feeling. And then you got to sit on that stand and look out at the joker in the audience that has betrayed you and done all kind of unspeakable, low down, dirty things to you. So I feel it. I'm with Shirley. I feel it.
Yeah, I admire that about her, to be going through hell and back and not look like what you're going through. I admire that. Hey, everybody in the chat,
Show
please hit the
up.
like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. That's all we ask. Just hit the like button.
I too had to get up and get dressed and put my best on and put my lipstick on, get my hair done, knowing that I'm going to step in a courtroom and not knowing what to expect. And I feel her. My heart goes out to her because I've been there. I've done that before, waiting for that last question to be asked so you can jump up off that stand and get the hell out of that courtroom.
Yeah.
And hoping that you don't have to come back for no more of this.
And she's having to do it publicly in front of a lot of eyes.
She's a public figure. So I just it's probably magnified 10 times as much as what I felt.
Right.
Because she's in the public eye.
So I commend her. That takes strength. That takes a lot of strength to be going through hell and back, public humiliation, and still show up and put yourself together. Because everybody don't have that strength to do it. Not to say you should be shunned if you don't. But I'm just acknowledging that. That's all. I'm just acknowledging that.
And then having people to come in, you know.
She didn't have on no booty shorts and no long sleeve shirt with the heels. Okay, no booty shorts. No.
Sonya would have never. Sonya don't even know nothing about dressing like that.
Yeah, not to compare. I'm just saying. I'm just making the observation.
She Sonya is a little streetwalker compared to Shirley. There's no comparison. You can't even put Sonya and Shirley side by side. There's nothing to compare. You can't compete where you don't compare.
Right.
Yeah. So
right. And that just says a lot about, the things we go through as women. I can only imagine the anxiety and the worry that she felt, getting dressed to go to Fulton County, and everybody know you done already told them, but that Fulton County courthouse is nasty. It ain't nowhere to be. It's nasty.
Homeless people all around there.
It ain't nice like Cobb County Court. It's dingy and it's a lot going on around there.
You got to keep your head on a
swivel. Yeah, it's a lot going on down there. So I'm sure, she prayed a lot, and that was also too. I don't know if other people talked about this or not. I haven't seen it, but that was the first time she saw Ernesto in 3 years.
Yeah,
they haven't seen each other in 3 years.
Yeah.
They haven't been in the same room together for 3 years.
And he looked like everything he been going through. Okay? He looked like what he been going through. He lost weight. He pale. I know some people had said she may have gone to previous hearings, or maybe she didn't, but that's the one for sure we know she was there. I know there have been rumors about other hearings where she was in the back or she had a mask on. Some people said she wasn't, but I think that's the first time where they actually got to see each other, face to face. He got to look at her on the stand. She got to see him out of her peripheral, or glance at him. And I can only imagine the emotions that she probably felt. I can only imagine. And was he looking? Some people say, was he looking at her? Of course he was looking at her. That was his wife. And of course she glanced over at him. That was her husband. Of course. Come on, y'all. These people were married.
Let me see. But God, make sure you it says your device is not connected. So but God, drop off and then try to come back on stage again, because it says your device is not connected.
Of
but
course
if anybody wants to come up,
they glanced at one another and looked
the
at
link
one
is in
another.
the chat.
Of course they did. Of course they did. But Nesto looks like everything that he's been going through, and as he should, as he should. And it's it's just a sad thing, for me. I just think it's just a sad thing that she had to go down there. But I'm glad that she got herself together. She looked good, and that's the best way to be. you know, and coming from that generation, of women, that's just and baby boomers, Gen X. It's just the way I was raised. You get up, you put your best on, you put your best face on, your best fight on, and you persevere, you push through.
Right.
You persevere, you push through. It too shall pass. My mama's favorite thing, what she would say, ain't no need of crying over spilt milk. You just gotta keep keep on going.
Yeah.
Just keep on pushing through. Tomorrow be a better day. And that's probably, how Shirley thinks. I gotta get up, deal with this, and it'll be okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, Vicky, what's up?
Good
Hey,
evening, y'all. Good evening, everybody in the chat. I am, after yesterday, I am more inclined to believe if they offered him a plea deal, he wouldn't take it at this point. I think he is ready. He is ready to fully fight and go. His ego was, I think he's an undiagnosed narcissist.
Yeah.
Um, and I've underestimated greatly, like, the narcissistic ego. And when they're wounded,
Mm.
they'll go to great lengths to get that control back. Yesterday, I think he tried to when I don't he had that little mini outburst of
what?
y'all didn't hear that? Like
What?
Yeah.
it was it was very the bailiffs heard it and the galley heard it.
Yeah.
Um and it was audible like lightly on he's based when Shirley said she didn't know about the truck that was in her name until like 2022. I think she was getting her dates mixed up, but I had to go back and look at that at the loan document, the agreement, the finance agreement, and he got that truck on January 28th, 2020. And so I just had to get my dates correct because I like the facts, but everything about yesterday, I'm like, oh, and then looking at the text messages from yesterday, he's wounded. He's gonna take this all the way through, knowing that he doesn't have any control over Shirley because he thought Shirley's silence was she just wasn't she was scared she wasn't going to deal with it,
Yes.
and knowing that she stood up for herself, I don't know anything. Nope. No. No, didn't know it. I just paid it because it was in my name. And his lawyer tried to rattle her, and she collect even the judge asked her questions, and she got a little flustered, but she held
Yeah.
her composure. I really
Mhm.
think that this man is going to see this all the way through. No plea. I mean, he would have taken a time served by now, but this man, I think he's really really wounded. He gets if you've heard anything over the calls over the past 3 years, he starts lashing out and gets erratic when things don't go his way.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't have any other control besides this case. And I really, really think that now that Shirley has come forth and he's heard it from her lips, because the last thing he heard from her was, "You're not gonna make me make a decision." That's and she was really sad. I mean, well, really, the last thing he heard from her was just like, I this is a lot to deal with. She never
Mhm.
told him no, yes, and all he heard from her really was, "Yes, I want a divorce," but not anything like, "None of this is my fault. This is all his." So he really just thought that he still had that power over her because her silence was just she was just complying. She wasn't going to say anything about him.
Mhm.
She didn't even really say anything about him much on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So this
Mhm.
man is I think he is so rattled and wounded that, and he still has, like, Sonya as a battery in his back to keep him going, and I think she was a little rattled too yesterday that Shirley came through and was like, Came through looking good. Didn't cry. I'm proud of Shirley for because I probably would have. I'm a crybaby. As
Mhm.
tough as I play, I am a crybaby. I would have cried, and I probably would have cried for sympathy too, just just to sink it home.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
y'all tell me what y'all. I don't know if y'all watched the whole thing, but it seems like he is. If you know anything about narcissists, the little bit I do know, besides being with one for a very long time, he was
Mhm.
wounded yesterday.
Yeah, I totally agree. He was shocked. He was shook. How dare Shirley speak against him? He was
Hmm.
not expecting that. He was expecting for her to continue to protect him.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. He was expecting for Shirley to continue to protect him. And she's protecting herself. She's got her voice back and she's using it. And she's protecting herself. He on his own.
Yeah,
It Shirley came in that courtroom, her whole demeanor. You on your own, nigga.
exactly, exactly. And then I'm a, exactly. And I'm gonna say this too. I don't care if if she might have been fibbing a little bit and she didn't, she said she don't know some
She
stuff.
might
She
I
have.
was lying. She was lying. I'm gonna say it. I say it for you, Vicky. She was lying a little bit.
but I don't give a
I ain't
damn.
mad at her. I ain't mad at her. You know what I mean? It's either eat or be unalive. And
Exactly.
you gotta sometimes you gotta get a person before they get you.
It
Okay.
girl, I don't that's why I was like she might be kind of fibbing. She not really like outright lying.
A little sprinkle, a little truth here and there. A little razzle
Right.
dazzle.
But I'm like, I don't care. Good for her, because this ninja, he totally embarrassed her. Like he embarrassed her in public, and he's still embarrassing her. He embarrassed her throughout the whole Atlanta knew what type of man she had, and
Mm-hmm.
I think people stopped probably telling her stuff because she would get defensive over him.
Yeah.
Um,
They said in
so
our chat, they said they warned her before she married him. This was maybe last year. Somebody came in our chat. We were on StreamYard. She said, I was at the wedding and we tried to warn her not to go through with it. We
on
tried to
wedding
warn
day,
her. Yes.
Yes.
This is if I
girl.
can find the show, I'll try to pull it up again. But this was like maybe last year somebody was on our StreamYard.
Oh, redrop that. Yeah, if you find it, please, yeah, post that on a community post because I'm like, okay, because I've been, I've gone through some of the older stuff, the old chats from, different content creators, and there's been some of her friends who came in and like they just can't hold themselves anymore, and they're like, we
Mm-hmm.
told her, we told they can't tell her I told you so, but they'll tell us we told her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she tired. When you get to that point, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of his ass. He not gonna keep doing me like this. Oh, so this what we doing? She came in that courtroom like, oh, okay, I got you. I see what we doing. I don't know
Shit.
nothing.
It's time to play chess and not checkers.
When she
Right,
said she knew Lamont, but not by that name,
right,
I was
and
like, Shirley, now you play too much.
Now y'all was down at
Neiman's
Neiman's
Marcus
Cafe
at Neiman's Cafe
having drinks,
year
kicking.
before last, breaking bread, having drinks, kicking, and all of a sudden you don't know Lamont by that name.
well,
Shirley Ann.
not Carlos Lamont. Now she might know Earl Lamont Dunbar, but she don't
I didn't
know
know
Carlos Lamont Dunbar or Josh Jones or some of the those names. It's and you could tell he did the application. The when you look at the document, the iHeart host. It's like
Mhm.
you don't even know your wife's job that well, that
Right.
enough to just even put down the right things. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
all right, sir. Um,
Mhm.
he, I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she came through, and it's like like you said, it's like you're on your own. I'm not dealing with this. I
But
didn't
you know
sell
what?
you. Go ahead.
You know what really made me nervous is when the judge asked her, what he asked her about the insurance, the registration for the truck. I was like, oh, come on, Shirley. Come on now. And she kind of got stumbled. She stumbled a little bit with the answer. She was like, well, he said, well, did you take your license down there? Did you have your information to register for the insurance? She was like, oh, not at the beginning. Well,
Like I've been on this earth for 70 plus years, 7 decades. I can't remember everything
I,
I've done.
I would have been, I don't, I really don't recall. I really,
I'm not sure and I don't recall.
that's what
Boom.
I'm not, I'm not sure. I don't recall. I'm not sure. I'm really not. Let me check that and let me get with my attorney on it. That's the stuff you say. But she was like, "Mm," and the judge was like, okay, don't think he didn't make a
He
mental note of that.
I think I'm not gonna give his attorney any like direction because I don't like the man. I don't. I'm talking about Ernest. I
Mhm.
think she knew something about that insurance because if you recall back in the phone
Yeah.
calls, she's like the insurance. Dominique's still on the insurance, so just even he was telling
Yes.
her, he was
Yes.
like, Drop all that, just
Yes.
keep my truck."
Yes.
So you
That's why I was
know,
really concerned when they started asking her about the insurance because I remember that call. I was like, oh my goodness, Shirley, come on, pull through this one. Come on. I hope they prepped her on this.
I thought they would have prepped her a little bit better. But I know
Yeah.
Shirley, was it black but not bitter? She said she does come off kind of as a dingbat a little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little, yeah. And you know what? But the lady is 71 and she's been through a lot, y'all. We got to realize that she's been through a lot and she may be a little bit.
Not you being balanced tonight. Not you showing that you can see things from all sides.
What? You don't like the lady.
Not
Y'all
you looking
sound
at
like me and my
somebody.
mama.
Let the folks tell it. Mama got it out.
I,
Oh, let the people tell
I
it. Not
hold
you
her
being
accountable.
empathetic.
But looking back, looking at her in court, there there is some issue with her age. But then again, she plays on that.
Yes, yeah.
She uses that. She knows how to use that age thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
I really don't remember.
Yeah, you gotta think. I don't quite recall if
Yes.
it's been.
She knows when to use it. So sure enough, she may have some, little issues, little dingback issues and age issues. I'll give her that much, but I still say Shirley knew.
I'm gonna say I think she knew something was going on.
Yeah, she
I
knew
think,
something.
like you were saying before I came up, there are some women who come from a, and there's even women who are like that now, but a lot of it is, women who were born in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. It's
Yeah,
like, I just don't want to find out about it. Don't embarrass me. Just be good to me.
right.
Remember that song? Just be good to me.
I
You
don't care
Yeah,
know,
about the other girls. Just be good to me.
I
Yeah.
yeah,
mean, they had us singing. They had us being okay with being, mentally, not mentally and emotionally abused. Just, I don't care. Just be good to me. However you treat them is not my business. Just be good to me. And that's what she harped on when we first started hearing the calls. You're nice to me.
Right. I'm not, you've always been nice to me. Yeah.
and one thing that I do like that what she showed and what we can take away from her being in court, her emotional intelligence.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
control. Did you see that self-control she had?
Yeah.
That let y'all. That's called emotional intelligence. That self-control and that little cynical smile. Oh,
Mhm.
how she that body language, how she threw her head over to the side, when they were talking to her, like she was really zoomed in and really in tune and wanted to hear the question. Y'all, those are all tactics of
Mhm.
emotional intelligence. They prepped her for that.
And you got to think she's also been media trained.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
media training goes a long way when
A
you,
And
I
she's a
mean,
long way. And
professional.
she's a professional. I admired that. I was like, oh my goodness, look at her. The self control and her words and her posture. I was like, oh, I'm taking notes. in my next meeting, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stand up and, oh,
Yeah, and you know what else too? Speaking of, self control and emotions and being poised. And I know a lot of the people in the chat will not agree with what I'm about to say, especially with majority of us in the chat who are black women. Shout out to the people who are non-black, but majority of the people in the chat are black women. And I know this may be unpopular what I'm about to say, but I want more of us to cry. Like when we get in situations where people are being difficult or giving us a hard time, I want us to learn how to cry more. I want us to use that the way our white counterparts do. I don't know what it is about us not wanting to cry to come off as weak, but crying can be extremely helpful in certain situations
why you say that?
because it humanizes you as a woman, especially as a black woman. And we're looked at as being
Being
strong,
strong.
resilient, the 92%, you know, you see things on social media, even with former Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. See, you guys didn't want to vote for her. If we would have voted for the black woman, she would have saved the day. We wouldn't be going through what we're going through right now. And perhaps that may have been true. But just the way people position us as black women as being saviors and being stoic and being strong and not succumbing to our emotions, a lot of times it takes away from our humanity and the range that we can show how we can be courageous and outspoken and also still have feelings and emotions. And I just think because they push that trope on us so much, that strong black woman trope is like we don't have the space to cry and weaponize our tears like the YT girls. You think they be
well,
sad and scared about stuff? No, they know how to weaponize their tears as well to help them. And I just think that's something that we could use in our arsenal as well. I'm not saying it's something we have to use every single time. I do think you have to have enough strategy and intelligence to know when to use it and when not to. But I just think
Mhm.
it should be something that we put in our arsenal. But go ahead, Vicky. Let me know what
no, I'm in agreement with you. I am a crybaby. I generally like I hold a lot in. If you see me, I have resting bitch face like all the time, and a lot of people, like, especially um, in my career, they think that I'm mean, but I'm actually, I'm not. I know that I'm not, but I have to. We have been culturally conditioned to be stoic and to be strong, and that
Mm,
is something that comes from slavery. Like we were, they were not allowed to be emotional. You just had to do what you say. A lot of times we weren't even allowed to talk. So it's kind of passed down where we have just been culturally conditioned. We have to just be the strong ones, and it's not, and it's our men too. We have to be. We have to. The men try to show that they're hard and all this, and they're not no punks, and that we have to be the strong ones because from slavery we have just been conditioned to you cannot, you're not supposed to show any emotion. You're just supposed to be a good little worker bee or good, just do what you're told and that's it. So we haven't, a lot of times we bottle it up and then when it comes out we rage. We don't, and
yeah.
we rage out. That's why you see so many of these videos where, you know, like that's just I'm using a stereotype, but in the hood, like the women going off and they feel like they've been
Mhm.
wronged. And then they,
Mhm.
oh, look at Shaniqua going off again. It's like, well, no, she's a bit, they were being rude to her, and it finally took. She hit her breaking point. She's been holding it in and holding it in, and then she just, you're the one that just got the tail end of it because she hit her breaking point.
Right.
So, and a lot of times they treat us like because when we rage, we rage. we go off. But I do agree, like you should have a good cry, even just to yourself, or just go, like, I mean, talk to your therapist and be able to talk to your friends more. That's why I like this topic specifically, because we've met so many different people on here where we can openly talk, and it's helped me out because
Oh.
I've dealt with I was with a narcissist for damn near 20 years and didn't
Mm,
really understand what I was going through. I thought it was me.
mm,
Until you actually learn about people like that people out there exist. So these are
mhm.
good cathartic talks, and a lot of that, I'm with you. I'm like, we should be able to emote and on a healthier level instead of just holding it in, and then when that dam breaks, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, and then they think that you're another stereotype who can't control her emotions.
Right.
Right.
And another reason for those of us who have worked with white women, not an attack on white women, but just using an example, we know how they are able to weaponize their tears. They can cry and they can cry and they're not even legitimately afraid, scared, worried. Not saying that there aren't times where they do cry and they don't feel that way, but there are a lot of times where they don't feel that way. They just understand that their tears, it's a weapon and it can be used to their benefit. And another thing that I want to point out, and you all have maybe seen these studies that have come out in the news recently, but research, it does suggest a link between autoimmune disease and emotional suppression in women. So meaning the more you hold on to your emotions, suppressing that rage, that anger, and not using your throat chakra. You talked about it earlier on your live, mom.
Mhm.
We all have the
Mhm.
the seven chakras. You have your sacral, your root, your throat, et cetera, et cetera. If you guys are interested in learning more about that. But when you don't exercise that throat chakra and you hold things in and you suppress your tongue, that does manifest into disease. And
Mhm.
a lot of times it's those autoimmune
Now, what would you
diseases.
call it? This.
Disease. We say these disease, but when you break it down, it's disease. It's
Oh
disease
wow.
in your body, right? And
Mhm.
so it does lead to autoimmune diseases, and it connects to things like chronic stress and dysregulating your immune system, your nervous system. And so that's another reason why I'm so passionate about Black women expressing their emotions outside
Using
of
their
just
voice.
rage and
Oh
anger. Not
yes.
saying that you can't express yourself in that way as well, but I just want it to be more normalized, because a lot of times that's the only time you see us expressing our emotions. Like a lot of times our Black men, because like Vicky was saying, that's just the culture. It's okay for us to express rage and anger. That's socially acceptable. But to express sorrow or tears or sadness is not as acceptable. And I just think that it would be in all of our best interest to make peace with that and normalize that so it doesn't manifest into things like autoimmune diseases, you know?
Mm. Well, I don't. I think yesterday. I think Shirley, the way she presented herself, I think that was good. But I think that she's definitely gonna go back, and I think
And
um
he's in tight suit with the little mini diamond stud earrings. It's just gonna press even more if she
right.
get back on that stand. I think we
Mm,
we got a preview, a taste tester of it, you know, Monday. But I think that if she does go back to that stand, he's just gonna apply more pressure personally.
right. I think that at some point she might have to get a little emotional.
And I know people were saying she doesn't need to cry. That's what you ladies would do, et cetera, et cetera. But
But you just gave us statistics and studies about if you don't express your emotion, what happens, right?
yeah,
If you keep it bottled in. This is factual
yeah,
statistics
these are things that
from school
you
you
can look
learn
up.
from
Yeah, I
the
mean the studies are out there. You can look at Harvard Health if you want to fact
Mhm.
check. You can look at PubMed Central. This is just me giving you all receipts if you want to do your own research. I mean, you have um, different institutional or educational sources like those that you can read up on studies about that attest to that. And that's why we as women develop a lot of autoimmune diseases. If you know a woman that has an
Wow.
autoimmune disease, think
Lupus
about
and
what she's
whatnot.
going
Yeah.
through. I think about my grandmother. She had an autoimmune disease. My grandmother
Mm-mm.
went through a lot of heartache and pain in her marriage to my grandfather, and it manifested,
Yeah.
you
For
know.
years.
And I
You
think
said
about
a word.
if she would have left him, perhaps she would still be here. Perhaps she would be in a better, she would be healthier, in a better, healthier state. But when you go through 40 plus years of heartache and pain and betrayal and disrespect, I think it's very naive to think that it's not going to eventually manifest into some type of physical ailment or disease, right? People don't realize how much our emotions impact our health.
Oh no, I'm in agreement with you. I think with her, with Shirley specifically, she held in a lot of she was never ever able to like tell him because he would shut her down like how she
Yeah.
was feeling or when she's like I was we hear things like, oh, I was just in my feelings yesterday, and he's just like, I don't know why I'm in here, you free, so her, you just imagine some of the things he may have said while they were on the outs
And
while he was outside.
suppression, trying to
Yeah,
suppress her feelings. Yeah.
Mhm.
not wanting to hear, even when she's like, oh, I need a truck, I have to pay this, I have to pay that. And he would immediately try to shut down the things that she
Yeah.
was saying because it was either whether he felt like it was too much to deal with or he just didn't want to fess up or deal with the stuff that he had caused. Would probably all of the above. I would
Mhm.
hope that if she gets another chance to come up, I'm pretty sure they're gonna call her again. If I believe
You
he's gonna
think
take
so,
this to
Vicky?
trial. Yeah,
You think
yeah.
she's coming back? I think she's coming back too. Unfortunately, I hate it for her, but I think she's coming back. I think that this has really, really triggered him. The fact that how dare you come in here and not protect me? You're my cotton candy.
Yeah,
How dare you?
she set him off.
Yes.
Because he generally we've seen him be very stoic. He's like
Mhm.
he does the mannequin challenge.
Mhm.
And inside the courtroom, he never the other time he said something, the judge asked him, "Do you have anything to say, Mr. Wilson? I mean, was Mr. Williams?" And he said,
Nothing.
"I just want a fast and speedy trial," and the lawyer had to shut him up. So that's the only other time we heard him say something, but he was being directly
Yeah.
addressed.
Yeah.
But other than that, yesterday he was like, "She lying," He's never. That was really triggering to him to see her up there. He doesn't have control over her anymore. No more
Yeah.
cotton candy.
And she's putting herself first now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
And
he was
yeah.
on one.
She's putting herself first. She wants her happy back. She's using her voice. And I'm so proud of her. And I want all of us to do that. I want all of us to do that as Black women. I want us to use our voice, put ourselves first, and find your happy and make sure it's not in a man.
Right. That's the word right there. To don't
Yeah.
find it. Don't go searching for it in a man. Yes, being with
Yeah.
someone can make you
Hmm.
happy,
Hmm.
but it's not. That's not the full well of your happiness. The full well of your happiness lies within and with God. To me.
Yeah. And don't let your loneliness be louder than your peace.
Mm. Yeah.
I want that for us as Black women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just really came up to, I mean, because it's funny to me that I'm like, oh, he really, I was just sitting here replaying like what I know Sylvia, she finally put a piece or pieces of the
Yeah.
video without that audio watermark on it. So
And y'all helpers ain't gonna take my stuff no more. I'm sick of your helpers.
Well, I think she might have sold it. I think she licensed it to somebody to I think the Shade Room.
Oh, she did.
So, I mean, well, good for her. That's what she should have done in the
That's
first
what she
place.
should do. Yeah.
Let me be honest. Okay, and I'm not telling anybody how to make their money, but what she could have done is put it up while live streaming for members. Then 2 days later, put it out for the regular audience, then
like
license it
Tasha
out.
K. Yep, that's what
Yeah,
Tasha K does. Yeah, and you know what? I think she should have did that. And then even with Sonia, Sonia has taken my advice, and she has her YouTube channel, and she shows videos of the RV and her
Yeah, Sonya has
traveling.
her own
So
channel.
you
You all
welcome, Sonia. She's been listening to us. Shout outs to you taking
nomad.
my
What is it
advice.
called? Nomadic
Yeah.
dreams.
And so she's posting videos of her
mm-hmm.
RV, which I told her to do. I'm like, show videos of you on the RV. You gonna get ate up like they did you when you used to go live. But from a business standpoint, you take emotions out of it. It's a good idea.
Yeah, the
That's
most. Yeah.
she took my advice a long time ago when she first put up that damn the GoFundMe, and I said, well, number one,
So you told her to do the GoFundMe. Okay.
I didn't know. I told her take your damn picture off there
Okay.
and put a picture of Ernest up and give a better description. Now she took her because we are the friends and family of Ernest William, like, and then a picture of her looking like Lolita, like what? You trying to look like a little girl? What are you doing? Um,
Yeah, she does like that. Remember, she likes when people say she look like she's 12 or 13, or they mistake her for Katie's friend.
Yeah, I love
sh-
all the comments about being happy. Yeah, y'all.
yeah,
Whatever. Find your happy. Find your happy, and
I
and not
this
in somebody else. Yeah.
this is a story where like I think a lot of people need to hear this story because we see
Mm-hmm.
someone who was very very successful and felt the pressures of having
Mm-hmm.
to have a man and get married
Yeah, I
because she
said that
was,
earlier. Yep.
yeah, she's being teased by her coworkers, although they may love her. And men sometimes don't always understand like the effects their words have on us.
Yes. They see you
And
talking about their ED and their bald hair spot, then they get it.
exactly.
But go ahead.
And no, but I'm saying like they're sitting here ribbing her about not having a man, and maybe she was content. Sometimes you just be content,
Mm,
and you could be content being by yourself and
Yes.
enjoying your girlfriends. And yeah, you may want a little lover boy every now and then, a boy toy, but
mm,
realistically, I got it made. I can buy
mm,
whatever I want. I have my own house. My car is paid for.
mm,
She did not need
Right.
leveling up.
mm,
Right. And I like that you made that point, Vicky, because it made me think about how sometimes when you aren't solidified in yourself yet,
mm.
you can fall prey or fall victim to the pressures of other people and what expectations they have for what your life should be. Now, Steve really didn't have no business shaming nobody for being single, given his track record, okay? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right. The way he did Mary was diabolical. Okay. That's one thing me and Sonia can't agree on. He did her dirty. Uh Tommy has some infidelity issues with his wife. What,
He does.
10,
I
15 years ago, him and his wife did they divorce or were they separated?
Separate. I think
They
they
were
separate.
separated. So nephew Tommy, has had issues keeping his Peter Pecker in his pants
can I
and
tell y'all
putting his
something real
wife.
quick?
Yeah, go
He
ahead.
he still does, and I know I have firsthand knowledge of that.
Oh Lord, Lord,
Lord,
Vicky. Oh, Vicky, we
Let,
saying that
let's
now.
just
Oh,
say
Vicky.
kinfolk is in the bedroom with Tommy,
Uh-uh.
and I'm just because this was somebody, this kinfolk, I'm not close to her, so I don't give a damn. This kinfolk was messing with Ricky first,
Lord.
and then they met nephew after one of his shows, and the mama tried to get him first, but I guess the daughter was serving my cousin, my other cousin, both of my cousins, but he went after the daughter basically. So he ain't got no better. But keep going.
Well, thank you for corroborating that statement. That's not allegedly. Thank you. Hey, everybody in the chat that's just joining. Vicky just dropped some
hey,
hot
hey,
piping
Queen.
tea.
Hey,
Um,
y'all.
Dynamic family. We a family. Don't be going around telling all our business now. This is safe space, okay? All right. Thank you. What stays in this house stays in this house. Y'all know how we was raised, all right? Don't tell outside business. But anyway,
What
like
did I used to tell you?
don't you repeat that. That's what my mom used to tell me growing up, y'all.
That's what my mama used to tell me too.
Don't you repeat that. Don't you repeat that. So I'm telling it to the dynamic family. For the people that rock with us, don't you repeat that now. Okay. What stays in our dynamic family chat and house, stay in our house. But like I was saying, again, Tommy has struggled with his keeping his Peter Pecker in his pants. And according to our good sis Vicky, he is still struggling. Okay. Um I they had no place is basically what I'm saying, trying to shame Shirley or make her feel bad about being single. They had no place, and I just hate how society puts pressure on us as women to feel like we need to get partnered up, because if we're not partnered up, then something's wrong with us, or there's something wrong with our worth. We're not deemed as worthy, right? And I don't know if Shirley, clapped back or not, but I definitely would have been like, why? So I can be cheated on and disrespected like y'all do y'all wives? Clock that tea. You know what I mean? But
And
I just
go
I
ahead.
just don't want us to. I just hate that we fall to that pressure, that societal pressure, and we feel like we have to appease other people and get partnered just so we can have their stamp of approval. Not saying that she probably didn't want it for herself, because I know she prayed about it and she talked about how she wanted a husband before they got married, 10 plus years ago. But I just don't like the way men put that pressure on us. I also don't like, another reason I don't like that, because oftentimes men know how trifling other men are and will still shame a woman for not having one.
Yes.
And it's like, these ninjas ain't ish. And you gonna try to bully me or clown me for not having one, knowing that you yourself darn well ain't all the way right yourself. So how are you gonna shame me? And so I just wish, and it seems like women are starting to do it now more and more. They're starting to push back, you know. And I just think that we need to continue to do that. But I understand too, the generation that Shirley comes from, she comes from that generation where, saying that's why I got a man and you don't, that's a read, you know. Having a man is, in society, it is a accomplishment coming from, her generation. So I understand that. But
a man is not a flex.
well, it's different now.
It's
We look at it
It's not a
differently, but back
flex,
then
baby.
it was a flex. It was.
but those are the type of men that they get jealous if a woman makes more money than them. Meanwhile, the woman she doesn't care that you make less money. She's just trying, y'all, as long as you treat her good and you're holding up your weight in the relationship emotionally, psychologically, you might just you might be like a working for the city and making 40,000 and I'm making 100,000. But if you putting in and we're saving and we're building something together, I'm gonna do my, I'm not to here to save you, but I'm here to, like, let's support each other. You know what? Because I want you to get somewhere. Maybe I want to take time off. I want you to get to 100,000, 150,000, so I can not work for a little bit. So I don't. These are the type of men that just they also have their egos attached to, like, that whole relationship thing. They want to be able to have a woman that they can have ownership over. And uh, to me, that's what, like, Nesto, he liked having ownership over Shirley. Like, that's his woman, that's his wife. He didn't like her. Trust and believe, he didn't like her.
He definitely didn't, Vicky. He didn't like her. He didn't.
And Drake confirmed that.
But yeah, Drake confirmed, then tried to come back and clean it up. Like, but sir, you knew, he said it himself. Also, I knew what type of guy you was. I
Mm-hmm.
knew what you were gonna do with that, but you messed up. Lamont told him, hey, you may want to check in on your people and then I know that was part of the game with Lamont, but
Mm-hmm.
you may want to, like, just keep things cool and kosher. All this is fine and dandy. You need somebody to talk to while you're in jail, but at least try to keep things cool. He
And I'm
just
sorry to cut you off, but
go
speaking
ahead.
of Lamont, Vicky, where were the 10,000 people standing behind him that was going to stand behind Nesta? Why they didn't show up Monday? Then he
Girl,
said he got 10,000 people standing behind them, so they going to stand behind Nesta. Why they didn't show up?
Nope, because he Nesto done probably stole from all of Nesto probably stole $1 each from each and every one of those 10,000 people, trying to level them up. I just don't believe that this man had. I think he's ripped off every single person. And Lamont
No
said,
good players showed up for him, Vicky. What's going on? None of the good players.
because he's a crook. I don't think Nesto's been
Not
good
any
to
of his
anybody.
not his children. Dion ain't came to 1 year.
Dion came to one. He came to the
He
bond
did?
hearing
Okay,
to
okay.
in 2023. That was a bond hearing.
Back in 2023.
Yeah, Dion. I don't. He doesn't call Dion that much though. So Dion. I mean, yes, Dion could check the website if he wanted to show up. But if you don't call me, why do I need to kind of like constantly put myself out there? He's calling. He calls Dion when he wants something.
Hmm.
And just to check, just to save face. Like when he wanted those shoes, he called. He kept calling Dre. Dre's not answering. He
Shout out to
calls
Dre. Shout out to Dre for seeing this for
He
what
got
this
the hell
was, and
on
he got the hell on. Dre on the road
in that truck.
in his truck, making his trucking money.
Pick up the load, drop off the load.
exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to Dre.
Yeah.
Everybody put shout out to Dre in the chat.
Dre
Dre
does not
said,
want.
he said,
Mm-mm.
"Oh hell no,
I will
not me."
not be on the Lord's internet. Nope. I'm not. I done already lost one woman because of this. I'm not gonna lose any other women.
Yes. He said, I got to
Dre,
worry about my son. I ain't got time for this. I
Yeah,
got other stuff to deal with.
Dre on that truck on the road, making his trucking money. Okay, picking
Okay.
eh,
up loads, dropping off loads.
and
Okay.
I'm glad you brought up Dre's son thing. Nesto made that when Dre was like spilling his guts out about that situation. Nesto made that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it. So I mean, like when you really sit back and I know for some people it gets repetitive, but there's a lot of information to come back to and reabsorb. Just in this whole case, you really do see just the pattern and all those 10 good players that he claims he has and all these people he's helped. I think he's ripped off every single person that he's come in contact with. He rips off his son. He's ripping off Sonya. She doesn't realize that she's a victim too. As crazy as she is, she's. I mean, he knows that this woman's mentally unwell, and she's not that bright. Yet he doesn't mind taking her money. I don't feel bad for Sonya. I have a little bit of empathy for her because I know she's off her rocker, and she should not be in the street. She needs like a 5150. She,
Not a
um,
51.
She does. She really does. Like, this is a woman who talks to herself. She creates identities for herself, even if it's just for YouTube. The fact that she has become so obsessed with YouTube and social media in regard to this, and she knows that it's not healthy for her, yet she still keeps returning, and she has she won't listen. When Sylvia has to be the voice of reason and say, "Hey, girl, shut up. Stop talking about the case. You're not helping him."
Hmm.
I mean, Sylvia, the person who is generally kind of a loose cannon herself, has to be the
Very.
one to say, "Be quiet. Something's wrong there." And then she's
Yeah.
made how many careers? It went from 35 years of legal experience to 10 years to 20 years in the strip club to what? I mean,
In the back
sh
office as the manager. Don't forget that, Vic. She said she was in the back office. She was the manager.
uh, she was helping them change them G-strings. That's what it's just what she was doing. She was working for tips. I mean, I'm just, I'm just saying, it's like I think she's kind of a victim too, almost. It,
Mm.
I mean, seriously, because he knew that she was, or if she's not a victim, she was gonna be a victim, and I don't get what part she doesn't see about that. Just because the man
She's
called you for five
definitely gonna
minutes,
be a victim
For sure.
for sure.
like, and it was, and he overplayed his hand, which is good for everybody involved. He overplayed it. Really thought that it was gonna be something dynamic between. I mean, he really thought that Sonya was out here getting some money.
You thought she had some motion, as the young folks say. Yeah.
Girl, I'm just. it's funny, but just really like yesterday, like I said, to close it up, yesterday was very delightful. I really wish I would wish I would have known that she was gonna pop in, and that some action was probably gonna happen because, and I think he did. I think he filed his information on in secrecy on purpose. His court appearances on in secrecy, so nobody
Mhm.
would really show up. Because I would have taken a day off and did a turnaround trip just to go see that. I would have had filed my own damn Rule 22. I don't need her damn permission. But I think she also knew. Excuse me. I think she knew that Shirley was going to show, and they had some information that Shirley was going to be there. Because
Mhm.
why would she? She knows she hasn't been bringing her camera before for these last couple of hearings. Why did she think to bring her camera this time, or both of her, both of her phones this time, and bring her recording equipment? So
Mhm.
they got a little bit of information between Sean and from what Black but Not Bitter said, she's cozying up to Sean Hoover.
Mhm.
It's weird, but I don't think freedom is coming anytime soon. Freedom is far away. He's not. I don't know if y'all know his the recent text messages he's talking about. He's talking extra crazy about if you go to Houston Foodie, she's talking about hurting himself and insinuating that basically an insinuation.
Really?
Yeah, I saw Nesto Shuffle Shuffle Walk the Chain referencing Houston Foodies, the text message she posted. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying that. I think I said he could be attention seeking, but I think that I thought before yesterday he was gonna hurt himself. I
He
think
said
now
that before. That's not the first time he said that.
Mm.
I think no that the narcissism I think is eating at him now. No, he wants to see this to the end. He just gonna wait it out. It's like, you know what, it is what it is. I don't care anymore. He has nothing left to lose. He has nothing left to lose. What's a few more months or another year gonna hurt him? Unless something happens to him in jail. But um, I think he is going to see this to the end. He's mad. He's big mad. Yeah, if y'all don't catch on, he's really really mad at Shirley. He's mad at I don't even think he believes in his lawyer.
Yeah, I think he feels betrayed by Shirley, which is like so flabbergasting to me. Like he really feels betrayed and offended by her um not taking up for him. Like he's really like hurt and angry. Like how
Yeah.
dare you? And I just
Well,
think that is hilarious. Like wow,
have either one of y'all like been with a narcissist?
For sure.
Okay. So no matter how wrong it is, they
Mhm.
find a way to pin it back on you that
Yes.
you're the reason why. Like if
Yes.
they got into a car accident drunk driving. Well, I was mad at you, so that's the reason why I left drunk.
Yes.
They'll do stuff like that. Or if they hit you, why you shouldn't have been going off at the mouth. Why you make me hit you like that? So with Shirley, it's like I leveled her up. I got her that what do you call it, the
5
white.
million over 5 million.
He said that.
Yeah.
He
You said
said he was
what
the
did he say?
reason.
He said Nesto said that he was the reason Shirley got that iHeartRadio contract deal where she gets 5 million
Oh,
for 5 years. He
them
said because
folks.
of the publicity that she got from this whole case concerning him is the reason why iHeart gave her that $5 million over 5 years. So for 5 years, Shirley will be making $1 million a year.
Them folks got $5 million off of me.
That's what he said. So that to add to your point, yes.
Yeah, them folks got that money off of me. I just can't believe my life. You remember that? Like, he started laughing. I mean, he was. I mean, and that was another time where he got especially manic because he had Sonya calling everybody for money, and that was when Lamont supposedly called Shirley to ask for $5,000, and if he paid the 5,000 for a new attorney, would Shirley pay it back?
Yep.
Mhm.
And I mean, he was calling. He had Sonya call Dre, and then of course Dion. So he's I see him being very manic right now. He's not in the greatest of moods. I think he's in a really really bad mood. If he hasn't had a mediocre stroke yet, like he calls it, he's gonna have one. His blood pressure's really high. I see him taking this to the end. I don't see him hurting himself at this present
I don't
time.
either.
Not now. Now, if he gets when he gets sentenced to prison, yes. But right now, no. So, Saint Peter trumpet, uh, it won't get blown yet. Not yet. He got his mouth on the mouthpiece of the trumpet, but he didn't blow the air to make the sound yet. I I think it's once he gets
I
sentenced,
think he's
he
too
will.
too much of a coward to do that. I think he's just saying that for attention.
I mean, I okay,
I
so
think he'll do it.
You
I
think
just
he'll do
I just don't think he'll
yeah,
do it now. I think he's
not
gonna
now.
feel like Vicky said, and I think once he gets sentenced, then he will. Yeah.
Yeah, I my old man was a narcissist. And he took his life. You know, and it still affects me. Um, it's okay. I appreciate it. It's been 4 years now, and I never thought. I'm like he got too much of an ego to do that, and you know he did it at the just the oddest time. You know you know I saw looking at in retrospect, I saw some of the signs, and with Nesto, I think now he's just got a point to prove. He's like, you know what, just screw it. I mean, I'm gonna make everybody come in now. Everybody's got to come in now, and I don't. He didn't get a chance to hear the other victim's testimony about because they mentioned Alasia Alexander, which is Dominique. He didn't get to hear what.
it? It's Dominique. Okay.
Yeah, it was. They said, yeah, I believe Dominique was the one that they mentioned, which Dominique. Now Shirley said, now okay, last thing. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're fine.
Shirley
Everybody
said
else
that
wanna come up and come up. You're fine. Go ahead.
Shirley said that Dominique was his personal assistant, and he told Sonia that that was their play
Shirley.
daughter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shirley was mentoring her. Didn't he say that? She was mentoring
Yeah.
the lady.
What do y'all think of? What's the truth? What do y'all think is the truth?
I think if he wasn't physically, sexually involved with Dominique, he was making some inappropriate passes, maybe little comments, little flirtation behind Shirley's back.
Mm, but it's related to the you know the bad case, the really bad case.
Yeah,
So, and you know what that case entails, right? Underage, under
right,
the age of 17. So
right.
I'm kind of like I was been sitting here trying to rack my brain. I'm like, okay, he
He has an
told.
appetite for, being inappropriate with young women. He has a history with that.
I believe that's also what happened with Sheridan. I can't prove that right now.
I believe
But
allegedly.
I do that. Yeah, right. It's
Just
all
don't want
alleged.
to.
Ooh, I just don't want to
I
believe
think
it.
he
But
may have tried her.
y'all really think he tried that lady,
The
baby?
way he was
And
talking,
she allowed that, and Sheridan may have told her. Y'all think Shirley condoned that and didn't
she.
take that
I'm
joker
not
out?
saying she condoned that, but just the way he was talking about Sheraton's sex life and the baby daddies, and it was that was weird for a stepfather to talk like that.
Now that I don't want to believe. That I don't want to believe
It's
about
it's
Shirley.
weird.
I don't want to believe that Shirley. I don't want to believe that. I just know that Shirley loved her child. I don't want to believe that.
Yeah,
I
like, yeah, let it happen. But things happen behind your back. Things may not be said out of fear of what may transpire. It's so nuanced. But go ahead, Vicky.
no, keep going. Well, I'll finish up. Okay, so if he speaks about her with so much venom, and I could be because when Shirley told him that she went down there and gave a statement. That's another like ego wounding, narcissistic ego wounding that he just can't get a hold of, but he can't like control. Like he just speaks with her with vitriol, like and then he's talks filthy about her, but you go back and you look at some of the videos, they got along so well. Like she was right, they were riding around together, they were listening to music, she
Mhm.
was doing a teenager thing with him, like, bopping, he's just, sitting in the car quiet, and she's the one that's dancing around in the car. It actually looked like a good relationship. So
Mhm.
what happened? And he told Dre some cockamamie excuse, like I said that she was blaming the wrong baby daddy.
Right.
Now, that's a weird statement. How would you know that she's got the wrong baby daddy?
Yeah, why are you so worried about what she's doing with her little hot pocket? You know,
Like,
he was talking about her not like a father would talk about his daughter. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like he was talking about her like somebody he may have been like interested in, but then maybe he saw her do something where he felt like was trifling and sorry, and then he, felt some type of way about it or had some judgment about it. It was just
Mhm.
weird. He didn't talk. Basically, what I'm trying to articulate is he didn't talk about her the way a father would talk about his daughter.
No, cuz
I'm trying to figure out when did it blur the lines? When did the lines get crossed?
that's my question. Like, at what point did it become so, yeah, when did the lines get blurred? Because they seem to be getting along, like 2015. I'm not go back in the timeline.
Yeah.
2015, 2016, 2017, they were fine. It really wasn't until like maybe 2019, 2020, the early 2020s, that he started, when she got a little bit older, that he started getting weird. And, that it seems like there's less pictures of them together. He was at her graduation, just these little things that you see. And the way he just speaks about her, it's like filthy talk. I speak filthy. I have a filthy mouth. I'm not going to even sit here and hold you, but that is the way he was talking about her to Dre. Like, what grown man, even stepfather or not, she called him dad. It was
Right.
she called him dad, and they were road dogs. They were hanging out together. Probably her hanging out with him more than Shirley.
So that does make you think what happened? What
That's
could have
why,
happened?
and that's why I'm like, he put her out,
Right.
and then he says that Dominique lived with them, and his words. Shirley was mentoring her, but then Shirley comes in yesterday and says, no, that was a personal assistant of his. So if what she says is true, because again, I think she told a few little white lies in there.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
what what like which one is true? You had the audacity to have somebody that you might have been sleeping with living with us. You filthy
Yeah.
animal.
Mhm.
Definitely don't put it past him. That's definitely his MO, something he would do for sure.
Just
Yep.
the lack of respect, and I do think that he hates her now. Like, now is war with Shirley. It's not anybody else now. It's, for sure, he's probably, I mean, if he could talk freely like he wants to talk, I'm pretty sure he
She
would be
be everything
speaking.
but a child of God.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she would be a bunch of filthy, be old, trying to talk bad, trying to compare Sonya to her, which there is no comparison. All these types of things, but he knows he can't speak greasy of her. And the prosecution is listening now, because they really are, like, it's all eyes on him. So it's gonna be interesting, because I just want Mr. Judge Man, to make a decision on this, so we can just set a trial date so everybody can book their tickets, and we can all, like, see when we're gonna meet up, and set up our Airbnbs or hotel rooms, because I'm ready to go to trial. I think the prosecutor is ready to go, Mr. Wooten, based on how he was asking those questions and how he was trying to build up a defense for Ernest.
Mhm.
This is open and shut, and based on his current track record, they give him the worst of the worst. So he's not. This is gonna be good. I just want to hear all the evidence.
Yeah, I can't wait. We definitely going. I can't go through what I went through yesterday, not being able. I
Girl,
started I started to put my clothes on yesterday and go down there.
You get me? Said Nesta was acting like Pop Pop. Thank you for the 199. You get me? Thank you to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
so
Pop Pop.
To answer Chris Miss, they said they said Alasia Alexander, aka Dominique, is she's in her name will be mentioned more in the essay case.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if and like I said, the if you read the indictment for that, it meant it one of the charges in there is underage. So if it's that, if he was messing with her when she was underage, or if he was messing with her sister, because he's convoluted it so much, it's gonna be a lot.
But she actually lived with Shirley and him, right?
They didn't
Yeah,
ask. That's what he said, but they didn't ask her
Said
that.
that. Nesto said that.
he said that.
Nesto, yeah, Nesto said that. So,
No, because remember he was saying it was Dominique doing all that shady stuff, not him.
and then I don't know if y'all heard like Joey speak about his what he observed in the
Yeah, he
courtroom.
did. Yeah.
He thinks that Lamont is gonna be in there, but I still think because and they've also mentioned co-conspirator one. I think Dominique is one of is the main co-conspirator because she was doing the collecting of money and meeting up with Melody
Mhm.
Scretchen, and
Yep.
so
Lamont is definitely gonna be there. He's one of them for
uh,
sure.
oh goodness. Well, we gonna see. Well, thank you, ladies, for letting me come up and talk
Yeah,
y'all's ear off. I appreciate y'all.
appreciate you. Thanks for
Yes, you're
supporting
welcome.
us.
Thanks for contributing to the conversation.
Absolutely. Y'all have a
All
good
right.
one.
You
You too.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye. Houston Foodie said Dominique was in charge of the girls like Della Reese on Harlem Nights. No, no, she wasn't the bottom getting all the other girls in check.
Houston,
The bottom be
Houston
that get
Foodie,
all the
I
girls in
be in your
check.
chat. I be in the bushes. Everybody who has a channel, I always make sure I come in and like
Yes,
and
yes,
support y'all's channel. I see you, Houston Foodie.
yes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Houston Foodie said yes, she did love with them. The Bent Creek address was on Dominique's bankruptcy. She did live with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and I know this might not be, but I'm just gonna say it because I've seen this grow as a Gen X. Now, this is just my opinion and my belief because I know y'all be like, yeah, this is me. I'm saying this. I don't think Shirley was having relations with Nesto.
And thank God not. Allegedly, he had STIs. One of the young ladies that worked for him, remember the interview she did
Hmm.
with Grown Woman Vibes? She alleged that he was passing out STDs. So thank God she didn't.
And I think that she might have known who the assistant, known about the assistant, let her come into her home, known that allegedly Nesto probably had something to do with that young woman. And she turned her head.
You think so?
I,
Maybe she had a little speculation, like, is he maybe doing something?
I,
No, maybe he's not. Like
I
something like
would,
that. Like maybe no, maybe I'm overthinking. You think it was something like that?
I would more so want to see that had happened than him messing with Sheridan. I just don't want to believe that something went down between him and Sheridan, and there's a possibility that Shirley was aware of it and she turned her head. I just don't want that for Shirley. Allegedly, I just don't want that for Shirley. I would more so want to see that he messed with that young lady. You said that she was his assistant, and she probably was, but more than likely, he probably was dealing with that young woman too.
It's plausible.
And I think all of it's gonna come out. All of it is.
Shay D said that's probably why he used the toys because he had an STI and didn't want to spread it. Because allegedly he definitely was spreading STIs based off that interview that Grown Woman Vibes did
Hmm.
with one of the ladies that used to
Hmm.
work for him,
Hmm.
allegedly, because he was messing around with his employees.
And who knows? He could have you know, expose Shirley. We just never know. But what I do know is it's about to be on and popping. All of that's about to come out in the courtroom. All of it is about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about to come out. But I just hope nothing comes out where he did something inappropriate with Sheridan. I just don't want that for Shirley. But like Vicky said, they were cool. At one point, they were cool. What happened? Why he put her out? You wouldn't have put my child out. What did she do so bad where he put her out?
Maybe he felt like the
What
baby
did she, what,
daddies, maybe then he kind of alluded that she may have been doing something illegal with the different mail coming to the address and under different names, and maybe she was dealing with some people who, were probably involved in something illegal.
what did Sheridan do
Maybe that was
so
his reason why
bad?
he was like, I'm not fooling with her anymore.
Her mother would forsake her. There's nothing my child could do that bad where I would forsake you for a nigga.
Well, the relationship was already strained, and then she having the children.
Them babies
Had a wedlock, that's a
them babies
burden.
innocent. Them babies innocent. The two them
It was
babies.
just, we'll never know. We'll never really fully know that.
We gonna know some of it though, because it's gonna come out.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if that part will come out, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Vicky said he claims that she was disrespecting Shirley, but he seemed to put out all of the daughters. Nestle Shaka Shuffle Walker Shane said, like Erica King, everyone in the chat is going to be a victim. Joy said Nestle was jealous of Shirley's friends and daughter. Houston Foodie said the way Nestle, Dion, and Lamont think certain things are normal, Nestle would think nothing of spreading STDs. Natasha says the same thing. He don't care about spreading STDs. He just couldn't get it up. All right. She said he don't care about the STDs. He just had EDD. ED. Black Swan said that was probably his mail and docs that he was faking for putting it off on Sheridan. Okay, I got you. Chris Miss said she probably bucked back and he couldn't handle it. We'll never know. And I don't think we'll learn about that. I'll be surprised if we do.
Well, I'm glad that their relationship has been mended. That her and Sheridan are on good terms. But I just don't want to think that he would mess with. I just don't want to think about that.
Let's see. Nestle Shuffle Walker Shane said he didn't put Sheridan out when the Discord started. Shirley moved her into her own space.
Okay.
But was that due to the tension between them?
But why?
Yeah. Vicky said, I wish he would have turned around and saw Mississippi Monica with her eyebrows raised laughing at him. Yeah, he ate her up. He don't like messy Mississippi Monica. So he said, IDK fee. Shirley was still paying Sheridan's rent. Maybe Shirley felt guilty for her not being able to live with it. Joy said Nestle hated the fact that Shirley was spending money on Sheridan that he felt entitled to.
He definitely was jealous of Sheridan.
For sure.
For sure.
I don't think anybody's refuting that. Shay D said maybe it was Nettie and Mr. situation on why he put Sheridan out.
Yes. Somebody said I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
So like he made a pass.
But Shirley comes from that era where women used to do. Who said
Shady.
So
you think maybe he may have made a pass? She told Shirley, and Shirley was like, "Let me get you out of here.
Yes,
so you can be comfortable and away from
me." I didn't want to say it because I'm trying not to say stuff like that.
Allegedly. Everything we say is allegedly.
I'm trying not to say. I'm trying to
speculation.
Right. Thank you, Shady.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That I like the way you said that. Cause Shirley come from that era where they used to do that.
And so maybe that's why she got her own place. Just to like, you know what? Okay, I'll get you your own place.
You don't need to be
You
around here, walking around here with me and my husband.
you can feel safe, comfortable. You're having kids now. You and your kids need your own place anyway. So let's just do it like that. Okay, we'll see. I don't know.
That's
We may never
allegedly.
know.
That's
Allegedly,
my
we'll probably
thought.
never know.
That's
That's
my
your
thought,
thought.
y'all.
Your
I'm not
your theory.
my theory. That's
Right.
it.
'Cause
Help
we
your
don't have
mama
facts
out.
on that. That's your theory.
So that's a theory.
Yeah, speculation. It's a theory. It's just a theory.
Okay.
All right.
Mm.
Everything we say is allegedly. We don't know these people. Karen said, I think we're gonna be shocked. I felt like Shirley was down for the get down. I think she had a limit though. Okay. Black Swan is responding to Houston Foodie said, yes, it's just like the cockroaches he planted in the house to avoid paying the rent. Not playing Black Swan, you don't plant cockroaches? Oh my gosh.
Y'all off the chair.
Whoa.
I tell you
She
what.
said Sheridan isn't listed as the SA victim. She's a fraud victim. Yeah, we know. We know. But it's probably so much stuff that he has done that he hasn't been obviously charged for. I mean, no telling. Chris Miss said that tracks because he moves in his assistant. Okay. Natasha said, you would never put a man before your child. We heard that on the phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he said, I don't put anything past Nesto. I can see that happening. Vicky said he went to the fish store and bought some roaches and put them all over the house. Oh my God, I missed that part.
Really?
Oh my God, I missed that.
I missed that part.
I missed that, baby. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. That's diabolical. Ooh, child.
So they can move out the house.
Oh, that's some icky-ish. That's like when you go to a restaurant and you pull a string of hair out your head and put it in the food. So you can get it for free.
No.
Or get you another one. That's the shiesty stuff. Oh my gosh. Karen said, Petco, if you got the receipts, come on. Not Petco. Y'all a mess. All right, y'all. So anything else we got before we get out? Anybody else want to come up on stage before we head on out for tonight? I definitely think she getting back on that stand. I know a lot of people was like, no, but I think she is. I definitely think tight suit with the mini black diamond studs, or cubic zirconia black diamond studs.
Now, why that can't be real?
You know what? That was messy of me. I'm sorry. They could be real mini black diamond studs. We are in Atlanta. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, Hoover.
That man big time down there. He may have invested in some real studs.
Yeah. Let me stop playing. He may have gotten them from Zales or he
one of the top prosecutors down there. He on the board.
Anyway, I definitely think he's going to continue to apply pressure, obviously,
For
as
sure.
his client. And but we'll see. Vicky said he wanted a reason to give Shirley a good reason to be able to not know about the eviction. Okay, gotcha. All right, man. Anything else you got before we go ahead and wrap up for tonight?
No, I'm just, I'm praying for Shirley that, all of this turns out in her favor. I really am. Seeing her, actually just seeing her on that stand, it just touched my heart, And I'm just praying that she can just get through this whole process, because I think it's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a ride.
It's gonna be a ride. Unfortunately, I think that it's gonna be a ride.
But she has her faith. She has the strength of her community, her support system.
She has her support
I think
system.
she'll be fine.
At this point, I'm not really focusing and dwelling on she knew. At this point, I'm focusing on that I hope she is okay through this process. I'm past that. She knew. After seeing her on that stand, I just have a different outlook about this whole thing with her. I see her as, an older woman going through something that she really shouldn't have to go through, because she didn't choose herself.
But she learned a valuable lesson, you know.
And she's taught us one.
Yeah.
She's taught me one. I
Yeah.
learned from this.
Her testimony is serving as a lesson for a lot of women. So, you know, she didn't go through it in vain. And
Definitely didn't. And I hope
she has a faith, and I think whatever gets presented to her, she'll be able to make it through.
Yeah,
I mean, she's made it this far.
You know, and
it is what it is.
You know, I know that, you know, they think that, you know, people are out here hating on her, you know, from the little story that Mississippi Monica did. I don't know if y'all saw the story. I know y'all picked the picture up. We posted it in our community chat, but Mississippi Monica actually did a story when they were sitting down at the table at CNS, and the music, what was
Hi haters, you see me. Hi haters, hi haters, you see me, by that Mano song.
Yeah, but we're not hating on Shirley. Like you said, that one thing that you do like is that she doesn't look like what she's been through, and she's pushing through. And you know, she's, you know, she has a testimony. We are all learning something from this. And I think Shirley should know that we're not hating on her. You know, we are saying, hey, you know, you're showing us that you can go through something like this and come out on the other side. And that's more so that's where I'm at in this saga. That's where I'm at today.
But you could still respectfully call out when things ain't adding up, when the math not math.
Oh yeah,
and still have empathy. So you basically saying
that's what I'm trying to say.
You can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Say it for mama again.
You can walk and chew gum at the same time. Got it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it. All right. Chris missed it. I learned from her situation. See, she done blessed Chris miss. She said she learned. Vicky said, I really think Nestor gonna share some embarrassing things about her now because his ego is hurt. Yes. Good night, Nestor. Shaka Shuffle Walk of Shame.
Good night.
She went to eat some good crab cakes. Nestor ate a bologna and dry bread sandwich. Okay. Probably had some good old oysters over there at CNS Seafood. Natasha said, that is Shirley's problem, thinking when people give her good advice about Nestor, it was hate. She thought people was hating on her marriage. Yes. Yes. All right. She said, well, it wouldn't go over well now because we know he's a wounded dog. All right, y'all. So that's all we got. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you guys for engaging with us. We appreciate you all. We'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great night and take care. Sweet dreams, many blessings, y'all. And thank you, everybody, for the super chats and the gifted membership. We appreciate you guys so much. And shout outs to the replay gang. Please make sure you hit the like button on your way out. It costs nothing to do so. It just lets us know, as well as the algorithm know, that you like the content and you like the show. So please hit the like button. All right. Take care, y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.